and the video champion for this next half hour of Winning You're In. Coming from you from the rainy Syracuse, New York, where it's either cloudy or it's raining. All right, the title of this show pretty much says it all. Winning You're In. You're in the championship, you're in the playoffs, you're in the Super Bowl if you win. As well as if you win, you're in the conversation. Everybody wants to know the champion's secrets. Everybody wants to know what they look for, how they address the talent, how they look for the talent, what do they look for. Even free agents, even rookies. We want to know the secret. So whether it's your secrets, our secrets, we're in for a big night. Nobody wants to hear from the losers, because if you aren't winning, you've already perfected the craft of losing and probably doing it quite well. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the NFC. Also, sorry about that. Just had a glass of water before I came in. So anyway, there hasn't been much activity or big events lately within the league, so I'm going to have to struggle and find something to talk about for the next half hour or so. So bear with me while I scrape something together. I'm just kidding. Just being sarcastic. So, to kick off this show, let's go ahead and start talking about the good that I've seen. And I got to tell you, there's been a lot of good. There's been a flurry of owner and GM activity from players, trades, Smack Talk videos, and on-chat board Smack Talk, mock drafts, and trading draft picks before and during the draft. This is the type of stuff that the league needs. All of this stuff is what this league needs. And participation will either make or break a league. And I thank God, or whoever you pray to, that owners are involved, and that's what we're doing. Sorry about this. I wrote my ideas out because I figured if I freebased it, I wouldn't have much to think with, or I wouldn't have much to work with because my small brain. So I wrote it down. So if you see me glancing around, I'm just looking at my notes, so bear with me. All right, so like I said, the good about the league, a lot of activity, a lot of Smack Talk video, a lot of smack on the chat boards. The mock draft was fantastic. St. Louis, you did a fantastic job on that mock draft. And a lot of these guys don't realize, I'm sure they do realize, but until you're actually doing it and you're putting forth the effort, you don't realize what a lot of work it is, especially a two-man mock draft. Or a two-round mock draft. That was just incredible work by you, St. Louis. The time and effort that goes into doing something like this takes a lot of time and effort, and you did a fantastic job. I appreciate the time you put into it. If anything, you exposed everyone's needs early, which was really cool. You looked at a team and said, this guy has this need, and he's probably going to go with it. So you wrote down what you thought I was going to do, and bravo to you. Bravo to you. You kind of nailed it. I wasn't going to give my game plan away. And if you see my draft, you can honestly tell there wasn't really much of a plan going into it. I kind of just like to free ball it and go and do whatever I feel the need to do. But you exposed some positions early in a lot of teams. You went down the roster, and that was fantastic. You brought up great points of why owners should take certain positions and got everyone thinking. But I got to be honest, man. You threw up a good you threw up a great smoke screen when it came to your turn. Now, let's be honest here for just a second, man. The draft's almost over with. Was it a smoke screen, or did you really change your mind like you were talking about in the chat yesterday? Because I almost bought it. There's a lot of stuff that I really wasn't buying afterwards. But you know what? That's for another day. But anyway, man, I'm going to give you a round of applause. That was a great job of what you did. I want to give another shout out to Miami. Miami did another great job by putting and keeping track of all the trades, the draft order. I know the commissioner last week had some problems with the draft order. Something went awry. But Miami, you nailed it, man. You did fantastic. You kept track of it. And it was a little hectic at first. You were hearing it from owners saying, hey, you forgot this, hey, you forgot that, harping on you about what you did wrong to begin with. But you made it right. And in the end, only a few of you only a few of us thanked you and appreciated it, man. And I got to tell you, I appreciate all the hard work you did. This is the good stuff that's going into the league, man. Staying active, staying busy, man. Because if, like I said, if your league is dead, it's going to die. And thank God we got great owners in this league that are keeping the league alive. I love this stuff. That's the best part about being in a league like this, is all the owner activity. So keep up the great job, guys. All right, let's move on to the bad. And the bad is, to me, like I said, to me it's bad. To you guys it may be nothing. And I've been wrong a million times more than I've been right. So I'm probably wrong on this too. But let me just tell you what I feel is the bad, okay? I'm watching a lot of owners and their trading habits, and I have seen some owners who I think love trading just as much as a crackhead loves crack. And now, don't get me wrong, yes, I made some trades today after I said I wasn't going to, but St. Louis segment last week talking about how am I going to play these players and coming up with 20% next year really got me thinking. I was like, you know what, I kind of buried myself in a hole here, so now I got to dig myself out. So yeah, I'm a hypocrite in that aspect. Nailed it. You're right. Not going to lie to you. But I'm seeing owners kind of give up their future to win right now. And if you win right now, that's fantastic. Good on you. But if you don't win right now, you've just sent your whole future packing. You know, I did it to clear some cap space and get rid of some players I really didn't feel were going to contribute. But I'm seeing players. I'm seeing GMs and owners giving future draft picks away, and I'll tell you, I certainly would have taken future draft picks from owners, because I know when you take future draft picks, owners are less likely to get future talent, and the talent that they got is just going to have to sit there for a couple more years because they don't have the talent to come in and refresh it through the draft. So thank God for that. Thank God for owners like you that love to trade more than really that love to play fantasy football. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be watching and studying to see how far back you set yourselves, some of you owners that give up your first, second, thirds for next year to win now. And like I said, I've been wrong a million times more than I've been right, and I'm probably wrong on this, but you know, if you don't win it all this year, that's a big hole to climb out of. And you can sit there and say, John, come on. You know, we got the veteran, we got free agency, and we have the draft next year, and I'm sure I can move some players and get some draft picks. Sure, you probably can. You probably can. If you're willing to trade with another person who's willing to throw their future away too. I mean, yeah, of course you are. There's always people out there that love to trade. And this league's no different. But hey, you know, God bless you. There's been a lot of good moves out there too. I'm not gonna say sending future draft picks is bad. I mean, I've certainly seen some good trades out there, but I've certainly seen some where even I'm like, man, what's gonna happen if this owner doesn't win it all this year? I mean, is he gonna be done? I mean, that's pretty much his future. But you know what? It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be a great league. We got great owners, like I said, and this is gonna be fun. So I'm excited. I need a drink of water. This is the first time I've been on video. As you can see by my face, somebody else said it. I got a face. Well, I apologize. Let me take a drink here. All right. All right, let's talk about the NFC real quick. That's my ugly part. And the NFC is doing everything right. Don't get me wrong, I think. But as of this broadcast, the AFC is almost 2 rounds ahead of us in drafting. And I don't have a problem with that because, you know, I see a lot of NFC owners on the board, yet we're almost 2 rounds behind. This makes no sense to me. I mean, I know it's not a race. I know you're out there right now saying, John, we have 4 hours, and the NFC is doing the research. AFC is just blowing through it. Well, I say bullshit if that's what you're trying to sell me. I'm not buying it, okay? You've had a month and a half to prepare for this draft. You've had time to do your research. You've had time to figure out a plan B, C, and D, and even a plan E if your players don't fall to you. All right, so you can't be investing that much time and research into some players if you know the positions, thanks to St. Louis, that you need, or if you know your draft order, thanks to Miami who kept it straight, that should be not even be a problem. You guys should be out there busting ass, okay? And like I said, I gave my draft picks away. Sure, it's easy to sit here and talk about it and throw stones and fucking, I know. Don't be throwing rocks in glass houses. You guys are absolutely right. I'm not even looking at the fantasy site right now because this is my first video. I'm kind of nervous. I want to make this look good, but like I said, I don't have the face to make anything look good. But before I move along, the commissioner wanted me to let everybody know that free agency will be beginning August 16th. It's going to be an auction draft, and it's for the unsigned rookies that went undrafted and the veterans who might want second, third, or fourth looks by everybody. So don't forget, August 16th. Mark it down on your calendar. That's the next free agent move. Okay? And again, it's going to be unsigned rookies and veterans. Auction draft. All right. All right. So before I move along to really talk about what I wanted to, what I had written down, I want to give a couple shout-outs to a few people on the message board who are always on the message board, it seems like, and I think they're due. And this is just me. Okay? Just me. Sorry. All right. The first shout-out I want to give is to Green Bay. He and I had some great smack talk, and he's an owner, and every league has him. I mean, I'm in 4 leagues, and every league has him. He knows exactly what buttons to push with certain owners. I love that. He can dish it out, and he can take it, and he knows exactly what buttons to push on everybody. You can bag on his team, and he doesn't try whipping out stats to prove why his team is better than yours, or try, doing some kind of bullshit equation why his team's going to finish in the top 10 and your team's going to finish, 33rd out of 32, whatever. He knows the buttons to push, and he pushes them, and he takes it as well as gives it. And Green Bay, I tip my hat to you. I think you're a funny dude. Your trade offer to me today, that was something I really needed. That was fantastic. Thank you for that. So Green Bay, thank you. St. Louis, hey, I'm going to give you a shout out, and simply because you gave me a spending complex last week when you talked about my quarterback and how was I going to be able to support him. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. All right, enough said. And I'm going to give a shout out to J-Rock. J-Rock always brings it, whether it's a video show, whether it's his radio show. I got to tell you, I cut my teeth with J-Rock. I mean, I got invited to the league. I was in the league an hour and a half. His show came on. I made the rookie call. Thought I could talk smack. J-Rock kind of let me know where I stood, just like any rookie owner thinking they're going to come in and take the league by storm. They know they're crap. No, J-Rock brought me back to earth. J-Rock, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, that's that. We got that out of the way. So let's go ahead and talk about this draft we had this past weekend. Let's talk about it. Not this past weekend. It's still going on. Let's talk about this draft, all right? Shall we? It seems to be the topic of conversation these past 2 days. Let's get the draft going. Let's do it. Let's move. So we did it. We're here. We're live. We're in the thick of it. The AFC is leading the race. And I know it's not a race, but come on, guys. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. But, I'm in a roadblock here. All right, so I'm a little late to the party here as far as drafting. Like I said, I didn't come in here with a solid plan. Thanks to Green Bay, thanks to St. Louis, and thanks to another owner who's going to remain anonymous, kind of let me know where my areas of weakness were. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to kind of address that in the draft and roll the dice, and whatever happens, happens. This game is 30-40% luck, so I'm hoping that, along with some of the skill that I have, helps carry me through. But I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and count myself out. I'm not going to sit there and count myself in. All right. So I talked about future draft picks, owners that traded them, owners that cleaned up on them. And I'm going to call out one owner right now. and that owner is Tampa Bay. All you teams out there that are trying to do it the Bill Belichick way and amass future draft picks and still get talent in this year's draft, you need to pay attention to Tampa Bay. He is phenomenal, all right? Tampa Bay has done it. He's done it all. He has impressed me. Now, I'm not a betting man in fantasy football. Ask Green Bay. He's tried to get me to bet on a few occasions. Maybe one day I'll take him up on it, but not right now. But Tampa Bay, if I had to bet on anybody to win this, it's going to be Tampa Bay, and I'm going to tell you why. The dude knows his shit, and he is smart. Now, you're sitting there saying, hey, games haven't even been played yet. So let me just give you a little history of why. Not a history, but let me just give you a lesson as to why I think Tampa Bay is going to do it, okay? I'm going to be a close second this year, I feel. It's going to be a tight run between me and Tampa for sure. But maybe Tampa might pull it out. Just kidding. All right? I mean, let's look what he did. All right? He trades his 1.11 for Arizona's 2015, next year, first, second, and fourth. And Arizona's 2016 first-round draft pick. Okay? So he amassed 2 first-round draft picks, one in 15 and one in 16, along with a second and fourth rounder. Okay, that's not the coolest part. That it hasn't happened yet. But here's where it's awesome, okay? So then he gives up Stephen Ridley and a fourth rounder. He gets his 111 back, gets it back, okay? And a future 2. I'm just choked up here. And he gives up his fourth. So let's just cut it down for just a second here. Let's just break it down to what he did, okay? He gave up Stephen Ridley in a fourth for pretty much, okay, a first, a second, a fourth, and a 2016 first. And he got his first-round draft pick back. All that, phenomenal. The man is a genius. That alone should win him some title. I mean, I haven't looked at the league payouts, but Commissioner, if you're listening, he deserves some kind of payout because that is magic. That is fantastic, okay? I think it's almost a crime. He ass-raped somebody. It looks like Arizona. But, man, the guy did it phenomenally, okay? And now let's look at his draft so far, okay? Let's look at who he's taken. With his first pick, he's picked Mike Evans, Telvin Smith, Anthony Barr, Martavis Bryant, and Aaron Donald, or Aaron Donald to his friends and fantasy owners. All right? And after Tampa Bay made his first pick with Mike Evans, he makes the comments in this little section where he says, this is great. This is greatness. This will be the reason for my success for years to come. Dude might be a little proud, but he's got some shit to back it up, guys, okay? I mean, that's how you do it, my friends. That is how you do it. Not a bad haul, Tampa. Not a bad haul at all. Good on you. You get a clap for that, all right? This is an owner to keep your eyes on, folks. This is just some cool Pulp Fiction shit, if you ask me. I mean, he just made it happen, all right? Now, it wouldn't be fair if I just talked about the NFC and what a great job Tampa Bay did. So I'm going to swing over to the AFC real quick. Got the AFC. And the team I've been keeping my eye on, at first it was the Jags because everybody, loves bagging on the Jags. But the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, that owner, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He gave up some future draft picks, okay? He traded some 2015 picks for early picks this year. Pretty much telling me he's going all in. And that's cool. I got no problem with that, Cleveland. I mean, if you win it, you freaking win it. And I got to make sure my words are soft and sweet because I never know when I'm going to have to eat them. And if you make me eat them, good on you, buddy. But let's look at the first 3 picks he took, all right? He took Khalil Mack, who, in my opinion, was probably the best linebacker out there, I feel. Okay, just again, my opinion. Christian Kirksey, who, reading all the news about him and the new head coach, could possibly make him, maybe defensive rookie of the year, the way everybody's talking to him. Cleveland did his homework there. And Cleveland also took A.A. Ron, filling up areas with good young talent that he needed. He went defense early in the draft. He needed to because he took a lot of offense in the veteran draft. So Cleveland, you're filling the holes good, okay? You took a nice running back and a nice wide receiver who I think will be very good, and you got them at great value. You took them right where they needed to be taken. So fantastic. Good on you, my friend. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you're in the same league as Tampa other than that league being XFF, but you made some really good decisions, so you're going to be a contender there, all right? So Cleveland and Tampa, all eyes are on you. Make it happen, man, okay? I'm bringing you the attention. It's up to you guys now to just follow through and live it out and let me know, well, let the whole league know, how you're working it. I hope to God someday the commissioner gives me a radio show because this face ain't cutting it for this video chat right now, all right? Looking at myself, I've just thrown up a little bit in my mouth, all right? But I'm telling you, if I can take this to a radio show, I would love to talk to you guys because phenomenal work, guys. Phenomenal work all the way around. So before I close out here, I want to talk about just one more thing before I talk about that one more thing, let me give you a friendly reminder from the commissioner one more time. And just as a reminder, okay, free agency, August 16th. It's going to be an auction draft. You're going to have the chance to sign unsigned rookies who are producing at camp. You're going to have a chance to sign those veterans who, are filling in nicely right now. You're going to have that chance. But as St. Louis had to point out, make sure you know what you're spending your money on because that 20% adds up quick. Thanks a lot, St. Louis. You really got me thinking. All right, so with that said, I'm going to close out here in a couple of minutes, but I just want to talk about the Hall of Fame game that happened last night, okay? A lot of people are talking. I got some phone calls from some Buffalo Bills fans. I got some phone calls from some New York Giants fans talking about how great their defense and how great the offense looks and, all this other bullshit. And hey, if this is what they're pinning their hopes and dreams to, because let's be honest, the Buffalo Bills faithful, they really haven't had much to really cheer about, and the Giants, well, they haven't been really relevant since their last Super Bowl. But hey, if you're a Giants or Bills fan, I hope this is your year, but I don't think so. But anyway, I'm getting these text messages and phone calls talking about, did you see how great their defense looked? Did you see how great their offense looked? Well, Sammy Watkins, I really didn't see much out of anything, and I didn't expect to. As well as the Giants, I didn't expect to see much on their offense as well. It's all vanilla, man. It's all vanilla offense. It's all vanilla defense. Those guys are staying in just to get the rust off, and then they're going out. So to all you guys out there that are pinning your hopes and dreams on what you saw tonight in the Hall of Fame game, come on. It's all vanilla. So with that said, I got about 5 more minutes before I got to close out, so I'm going to talk one more thing. I'm going to talk about one more thing, and I'm actually going to go to the chat board right now, and I want to talk about the owners who seem to get upset when other teams talk smack about their teams. Guys, it's fantasy football, man. This is part of the fun. This is part of the fun, okay? The smack talk, and when you guys get upset and you guys come out there and you talk shit and you wish death upon people's families and you tell people that, you hope they get maimed in car accidents and stuff like that, man, it's just fantasy football. Like I told Green Bay, and just like Green Bay told me, no one can predict the future, all right? If we could all pick the good players, we'd all be winning championships. This league would be a lot tougher if we all knew who was going to produce and who wasn't. All right? So I'm asking you guys, those of you that get mad, those of you guys that talk, make threats towards people's, make wishes that, they hope they get maimed in car accidents, and, make threats towards people's family just because they're calling out your team, man. Come on. Let's just relax. We're all adults here. We're all adults. We're going to be right. We're going to be wrong. When we're right, it's fun to gloat. I mean, I like Green Bay. At first, he rubbed me the wrong way, but I really like Green Bay. The dude has grown on me. All right, I really like the dude. But when he first started, I'm saying his team's going to go 2-14, 3-13, and I know it's all bullshit, and he knows it's all bullshit. But man, if there's a fantasy god above, I just hope this season, just this season, he goes 2-14 or 3-13. Just so I can gloat a little bit, just so I can trade barbs with him one more time, But guys, man, it's just fantasy. It's not real, man. And life should come before fantasy. There shouldn't be any wishing bad things on anybody's family, kids, or even GMs or owners in this league, okay? It's just fantasy. Life is more precious than that. So with that said, I'm going to cut this show short because, Commish, I ran out of things to talk about. I'm getting in the I'm looking in the chat room right now, and so far people are saying I guess I'm doing okay. So, Commish, if it's all right with you, I'm going to sign off now. And, Commish, you've seen the face, all right? You've seen the face. I have a fat head. I look like the Thing from Fantastic